Catherine and I have been talking about some of the projects you're involved in Market Drayton. And one of the things that I know that you do is a baby loss project, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So I lead a group called Little Footprints Support Group. So Little Footprints is a group for people who have experienced baby loss at any stage during their pregnancy or after pregnancy. So we've been going, I've actually just looked, since August 2022.
Okay.
So for 3 years now, which is really exciting. Okay. So back in 2018, I had my son Isaac, and he was born at 5 months, when I was 5 months pregnant.
Oh wow.
So he obviously was very, very tiny and very, very poorly, and was transferred to Birmingham, and sadly only lived for a month.
Wow.
And I, as soon as we'd lost Isaac, I just became really aware of how many other people had been affected. I think even in Market Drayton, going to the cemetery, a lot of the baby graves are all together.
Oh, wow.
And it makes you realise that this is something that has actually impacted a lot of people. And so right from the very beginning, I had this idea of, wouldn't it be amazing to bring people together? But at that point, I mean, it was too soon, and I clearly also it was quite a scary idea. So it took quite a long time, but never went away. So eventually got to a point where it kind of became apparent that it was something we really needed to do. I got in touch with Victoria Vesper, who runs Luna's Legacy, which is a group in Market Drayton who they've done lots of fundraising for SATH, and particularly for the bereavement suite at the maternity unit in Telford. So I got in touch. I didn't know Tori, but I got in touch with her and asked her if she was interested in being involved. And we also had support from our church family, and some people also offered to help out. And essentially it kind of went from there. So we knew there was a need, and there was nothing locally, and so we set it up, and it's been running since 2022. So
when do you have a weekly group, or?
So it's monthly.
Group,
we meet the first Tuesday of every month. We meet in the Festival Drayton Centre. And it's really informal. We only have it's an hour. We have coffee and tea and coffee and cake, but in reality everyone is too busy talking, and we don't eat the cake. But I think it's just been we had quite a long time of not many people coming to the group. In fact, when we first set it up, we had months and months and months of it literally just being those of us that were running it. And it's taken a long time, I think, to get the message out there that we exist. And also people need to be in the right place. And obviously coming to a group like that isn't for everybody. But even over just the last few months, we've got to a point where we've got quite a few regular people coming. And actually people coming from a long way away. While this is a group in Market Drayton, and the intention was that we were setting it up for because we knew that there was a need in Market Drayton. Actually, one of our regulars comes from Bridgnorth, another of our regulars comes from Oswestry area. So people are travelling a long way.
Is that just because there's no support anywhere else as well?
So there is a group that runs in Telford, Love from George. So I don't think they existed when we started, but they do now, and I know a lot of people go to that group. But yes, I think in a lot of the rest of Shropshire, and even into North Wales, we did have somebody come to us from Newtown in Wales, and amazingly she's now gone on and set up her own group. So now there is something in that area. But they're just, people are having to travel, which is something I didn't expect.
So what can you tell us what happens in these groups? What kind of things you talk about, or?
So it is just open discussion.
Sorry.
Okay. It is just open discussion, but I think for a lot of people, when you lose a baby, it's quite isolating, and it's a really different type of grief, because you're grieving something that you didn't, something, you're grieving a future, you're grieving a child who you actually didn't know, and you didn't know what they were going to be like. And so I think sometimes people feel, if they don't know anyone else that's been through that, they might have lots of things going on in their heads that they think are unusual or strange, or so actually what often happens is that people will share, I'm really struggling with this, or I feel like this is hard, or I'm thinking this and that makes me feel a bit strange. And actually it's amazing to see other people be like, even though our experiences are different, it's amazing to see other people be like, oh no, actually I feel like that too, or I've had to think through that. So it's really led by the people that come and what they want to discuss. But I think those people that come have just found it helps them to feel less alone, which is amazing.
So I've done a bit of work previously with groups similar to yours in different areas, and I know there's always been a focus towards women coming, but it's not just women who go through that process.
No.
Did men come along?
No, that's a really interesting point. So we pretty much are solely women.
Okay.
We have had a couple of times that partners have come with mums, but like the first time they come and then they haven't come again. We've never consciously tried to, we've never consciously said this group is for women. Definitely. It's just what's happened. But I think it is interesting, and I think maybe men process things differently,
quite possibly,
and maybe their needs are different, and there probably is room.
It's lovely to see you. It's nice to find out more, and thank you for sharing about some of your stories and why you've set up this group. Tell us where and when, so if people want to join, they know where to come to.
Yes, so it's the first Tuesday of every month at the Festival Drayton Centre, 7:30 till 8:30. It's in one of the rooms around the back. I think it's called the Green Suite. At the Festival Drayton Centre, but there's always someone on the desk, so they'll tell you where to go if you come in.
And what do they ask for when they come to the desk?
For Little Footprint support group.
And I believe the cake is worth going to as well.
Yes, although no one ever eats it.
Okay.
But it's there if you want it.
Lovely. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for sharing your story and telling us all about some of the support that's available in Market Drayton.
Oh no, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.